Hey, gorgeous people. It's time. It's time for the Celtic Rain Radio Show. My phone's about to go off with a 9 o'clock alarm because, that means it really is 9 o'clock. Because, my phone said so. So there you go. Almost. See? Ta-da! It said so. Therefore, it's 9 o'clock. That means it's time for the Celtic Rain Radio Show. That's right. I'm just saying. So it's going to be a really great show tonight. We have David East on. Very excited about that. We have some amazing music for you tonight. And you know what? That's what we're about. So some of you, it's kind of interesting. Have you ever, if you're a musician, this has happened to you before. Last night I was at a gig and I was like, did something that I do every single time on this specific song. And I thought, and I just kind of accidentally let it kind of linger a little bit and just kind of, and then I went, oh, kind of at the end. Needless to say, I loved it so much. I think I'm going to do it again. So like at the end of this other part of the same thing, same kind of part within the song, I did it again just to see like, hey, does it sound as good as it sounded the first time? I was like, okay, I like that. I'm going to add that in. So as you go through, it's kind of funny. I listened to recordings of me when I was younger and the same songs, some of the same songs I sing right now. And I end up listening and being like, oh my God, I've changed that here, there, and because what happens is exactly what I'm talking about. Like I'll do something and then I'll do it again, but I'll do it differently, just a little bit. And I'm like, oh, I like that better. Or, and so then you kind of change things up and just figure them out. I love that though. I love being able to kind of look at the past and be like, oh, yeah, I liked that, but I love what I'm doing now because I've morphed it into something great. It's kind of like this show, in the beginning, I listened back to the recordings of the very first couple shows or the first year of the shows, frankly, and I'm just like, oh, it was good, but it wasn't great. And I have morphed things quite a bit and changed them and made them into something sometimes completely different and better. And so I invite you to look back at my other shows and be like, oh yeah, she has gotten better. Totally comment on them. Have a great time. Get to know the process of the 2 years that the show has been on because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. If you want to do that, you can go to youtube.com/C for channel/Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. And you'll be able to like and subscribe, and then hit that little bell because that bell tells you when we're on. By the way, we're on. Yay, we're on. I know. It is what it is. Needless to say, if you have music to send me, you can send it to celticrain777@gmail.com. And all you have to do is be a small label or independent artist or I was going to say musician. Well, yeah. Or group. And be family friendly, meaning don't curse, don't make fun of people. It's just not nice. Let's not do the mean thing, right? Let's not do the mean thing. Needless to say, that's where you can send that to because this is the Celtic Rain Radio Show. Well, we have some amazing music on tonight. So last week we had Monoplan on. And if you weren't here, you should go back and watch the show because it was really amazing. But Monoplan is obviously not the person's real name, but they are from Russia. And they are amazing, and they're putting out music and sending it to other countries so that they can be heard. Well, needless to say, they did make a protest song against Russia for Ukraine. And with everything that's happening right now, I wasn't going to play it while they were the guest on the show because I didn't want to get them in trouble. Because when they are on, Russia does actually watch. So I didn't play any protest songs, but I wanted to play their protest song tonight. So sorry. So that they would be able to, you would be able to hear that and really hear the heart of Monoplan. Needless to say, we're going to hear, I'm never going to say this right. I even practiced this one. The zap. I'm just gonna put this up. The Zapier. Let's try this all together. Ready? Zaperti. Monoplan. I am so sorry, but you can see it. It's right there. Needless to say, we're going to listen to that by Monoplan. We're going to listen to Finding You by Celtic Rain. That's one of my songs. Thank you very much. And then we're going to listen to Mr. Moon by Creaky Dog. A beautiful, beautiful music. And I'm just saying, it's just one of those shows where it's just full of amazing, amazing music. You guys ready? Here we go.
По снежным полям рассыпалась ночь, остывшей золой. И тени ползут на свет ночника из пыльных углов. Мерцает табло электронных часов, он дверь перед сном запрет на засов. От странных людей, незваных гостей и темных затей. Их день начался с игры в поддавки. Вот шах, а вот мат. Проверенный путь избавить себя от криков и драм. Без сахара чай, без соли обед. Здесь нечего ждать, но выхода нет. Не время идти, перекрыты пути. Сидеть заперти. По зимним полям рассыпалась ночь, остывшей золой. И тени ползут, упорно ползут из темных углов. Настала пора ложиться в кровать, но сон не придет, они будут ждать, когда за стеной послышится злой пронзительный вой. Настала пора ложиться в кровать, но сон не придет, и они будут ждать, когда за стеной послышится злой пронзительный вой.
Without your power, without your mercy, without your love that is so true, without your grace, without your peace, without your salvation that comes from you, we would be a mere memory. No life, no love, no grace to see. We would be dead men walking, waiting for the final day, waiting for the final day. We see nature, we see beauty, feelings of love, assurance of time, knowing that we can have forever in your grace divine, in your grace divine. With one decision, we live or die. That one decision, your power divine, it gives us a future, or it takes it away, allowing us to long for another day. But thank you, God, for never giving up on us, even though you have the right. You could just come and withhold your trust, but you love us, Lord. Yes, you love us, Lord. So please help me, and please teach me. I need to do what you want me to do. Show me the world I live in. If I don't have this love for them, my disobedience, oh, it could cost them their lives. My disobedience could cost them their lives. So take me, Lord, and cleanse me, Lord, and make me, Lord, into what you need. Show me, Lord, and lead me, Lord. Here I am. Oh, here I am. Oh, send me. Oh, send me.
see me, Mr. Moon? I'm right here in the afternoon with my baby by my side. We see you hiding in the sky. You part the clouds again tonight. Again tonight. Your face is up there shining bright. It's shining bright. You make us feel like we're one. Feel like we're one. 'Cause you've got something on the sun. You've got something on the sun. The stars all around make us feel safe and sound, and the glow that you give is so warm. When the night comes to an end, we'll wish you back again to be here and show us your charm. Show us your charm. Can't you hear me, Mr. Moon? I am singing you this tune. The song I wrote will go with you. Tomorrow when the sky turns blue. When the sky turns blue. The stars all around make us feel safe and sound, and the glow that you give is so warm. When the night comes to an end, we'll wish you back again to be here and show us your charm. Can't you be there, Mr. Moon? Can't you be there, Mr. Moon? To meet us in the afternoon. In the afternoon.
So sweet little doo-wop tune, isn't it? It's so sweet. Needless to say, sometimes you just got to go old school. I'm just saying, because it's just so pretty, you know. They got that little doo-wop thing, and you should be like wearing, like, you know, I don't know, the skirts that go out. Oh, anyway, I can't even think. Like, I'm not saying words right. That's not right. Needless to say, yeah, great songs. That song that I wrote, Finding You, I actually, it's I don't know if you've ever done this before as musicians, but it's like a stream of consciousness song where me and Samuel actually sat down. So we started writing, and I was like, I want to do a stream of consciousness song and just like worship and just have what comes out come out. And then, you know, I tweaked it a little here and there, but that was my stream of consciousness song. Sometimes it turns out stream of consciousness songs sometimes turn out like ridiculously anointed, just like, oh my gosh, that was God given. And other times you're like, well, that was crap. Right. And you're just like, yeah, so let's not do that one again. But that one was one that I was just like, yeah, we're going to keep that because it was just so powerful. But then I'm loving Mr. Moon because it was just such a cute little doo-wop song. But you guys ready? Because we have on Mr. David East. I'm very, very excited. If I can get this, what is happening with my computer? Hello, computer. Hello, David. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How about yourself, Rebecca?
Good. Yeah,
I love Creaky Dog stuff. I get such a kick out of his music.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's such a great guy. And all of his stuff is it's just very uplifting. So it's like, okay, yeah, absolutely. Let's have fun, Creaky Dog. One day he'll come on my show. Creaky Dog, you should be on my show. I'm just going to put that out there. because that would be a fun time. But yes, so we've had you on before.
Mhm.
So this is your second time on. So for
Yeah.
people who didn't see the first one, kind of just give us a very quick overview of like where you started musically and how it brought you to where you are now.
Well, I started playing music in my uncle's church when I was about probably 8 years old, playing guitar. It's the first instrument I learned how to play.
Nice.
And I was always the kid in school that was not the popular guy. I was always the last guy picked. I was always in the back of the room and all that kind of nonsense. And for some reason, the school had a talent show, and I decided that I was going to enter in the talent show. I still don't know why, but I did. I stood up there with an old Epiphone guitar, my father's Epiphone guitar that was bigger than I was, if you can imagine that. And I sang an old Elvis Presley song called Separate Ways. Had no idea what I was singing about. I was 8 years old, for crying out loud. And after I finished singing the song, I got a standing ovation, and that was it. I was bit from that point forward. Music was what I was going to do, and from there, here I am.
Nice. Well, David says, great to see you again. I
Yeah, it's
know,
good to see you,
right?
Dave.
I know. Well, I understand that feeling. I remember, well, I've been singing professionally since I was 3. So but I remember getting up on stage and being like, and thinking, there's nothing else in the world like this. And I will never, never not do this in my whole life.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember walking around and singing into cucumbers because I was like, this is a microphone. I don't know what's wrong with you, but this is a microphone. And, and so, no, I understand completely, because you're just like, there is nothing else like performing.
No.
Nothing in the world.
No,
No.
there's not.
No. And I'd say sometimes it's like, there are different places you can perform that are better than others. I've
Yes.
had different crowds that have responded better than others, I have to say.
Yes.
But even in the most craziest of times, like, it's hilarious to me. I will go and play music with my dad. I used to go play with music with my dad in these nursing homes, and you don't even, you think these people are not listening at all, and then you walk around and they're like, that touched my spirit. And
Yep.
I remember when, and you're just like, I thought you were asleep. No freaking lie. And then, or you'll go to other places. You'll play in some bar somewhere, for St. Patrick's Day. That's what we've done. And you're just like, these people are just not listening to us. And you'll get done and somebody will come up and be like, that was best ever. And then they're just like, you guys are the best band. And I'm like, I'm sitting there going, did you even hear? I'm like, great. Thank you. You just say thank you and walk away. But there's nothing better than that feeling when you're standing on that stage and you do connect with that crowd.
Yep.
Nothing in the world. Nothing's like that. Nothing. So I understand completely. So where have you performed in the world? Because you've performed all over the place. Tell us some of the places you've performed, and then tell me some of your favorite places out of those.
Well, I've played, oh my gosh, if I start trying to name names, Rebecca, I'm going to fail horribly. But I've played on the eastern side of the country, all the way from Massachusetts down to Florida, over to Missouri and Oklahoma, and all over the place. Excuse me. I've sung in front of 3, and I've sung in front of 15,000. It's a unique experience to be in front of that many people.
Yes.
I played guitar in a band I was just filling in, and the group opened up for Alabama.
Oh wow.
At a couple of places, and that was the biggest crowd I played for. There was about 15,000 people there, and it was
wow,
completely amazing. And then I was in a band that opened up for Kentucky Headhunters. I was playing with another band that opened up for George Jones, and my first love is country and Southern gospel. That's my roots. That's my first love.
Yeah.
But I love all different kinds of music, and my playlist is very eclectic, with a whole lot of different people on them. One of my favorite groups I've been listening to lately, I actually discovered here on the Celtic Ring Radio Show, and that's the Selkie Girls. I love me some Selkie Girls.
Those Selkie Girls, man, their harmonies are ridiculous.
They're incredible.
Yeah, they're really amazing. Yeah, exactly. So tell me your one of your like a favorite story of one of your performances.
Well,
funny is good too, by the way.
There are so many. Probably the best one happened a few years ago. I was traveling with the group I'm with now. It's called Nail Print, and Paul and I, he had just bought this car, just picked it up off the lot. Man, it was nice, all nice and clean, shiny, waxed up, and everything. And so we're going to Folsomville, Indiana, to play for a church up there. And I had one of the first GPSs that I had on my phone. I can't even remember what the name of the thing was. It was way before Google and Apple Maps came out. And this thing talked in very staccato sentences. Yeah. So it sounded a lot like James T. Kirk on Star Trek, because I'm a Star Trek fan. And but it was a female, so we called her Jama T. Kirk. Why I shared that with you, I don't know. But anyhow, Jama is taking us to this church, we think. And we come down the highway, and we come to this gravel road, and the GPS is telling us to turn right on this gravel road. It was called Dickeyville Road. So we turn right on this road, and about, I guess, maybe 5 minutes down the road, we realize we're not in Kansas anymore. The road's really overgrown. There's mud. There's frogs in the road. There's all kinds of stuff going on. And we're cruising along, and the GPS tells us to take the next left, and then our destination is 100 feet ahead on the right. Well, the problem was when we went to turn left, the road stopped, and we were in a cornfield. We could see the church, but we couldn't get there from where we were. So, we've had several adventures along that line. The Dickeyville Road one is probably the main one that I recall the most.
So I have one very similar, very similar. It was way back when MapQuest was big.
Yes.
Remember MapQuest?
Yes.
Yes. And we were supposed to go play for this church in the middle of South Carolina. For my father's side of the family got us this gig in the middle of South Carolina, near Aiken, in Edgefield area. Anyways, needless to say, MapQuest, because we printed it out. We didn't even have GPS at that point. It was print out paper, baby. And it tells us to turn down Sleepy Creek Road. No, Peaceful Creek Road. That's what it was. Peaceful Creek Road. And we thought, okay. So we turned down this road. It was a road at first, and then it turns into gravel. And then it turns into red clay. And I don't know if you people know this, but in South Carolina, that red clay is nothing to mess with. No. I'm going to put that out there. Nope. And when it turns into gravel, the road starts doing this on the side, where it's like ditch and then up. And then when it's red clay, it's like boom. And we're like, crap, what the heck are we going to do? And so I was like, just keep driving. Just keep driving. If we can get through this, and we just don't stop, because if you stop, you're stuck, right? You're stuck. You're totally stuck. And I'm like, crap. And all of a sudden, there is a river in the middle of the road. And I'm like, what in the actual hell? And so there was a peaceful creek running right across. And I guess it had been raining And so it was a rapid creek. It was not peaceful at all. And so I guess needless to say, it probably was peaceful at some points during the year, but at this point it wasn't. And so we tried to turn ourselves around, and we had another car with us because we had 2 cars with us. And we both, there was our car got stuck, the minivan that was with us got stuck. And me and Samuel got out and tried to get the cars unstuck. Me and Samuel were up to here in red clay, covered in red clay. I'm telling you, it was a sight to see. We're already an hour late for this concert, and I'm thinking we didn't have cell phones. That wasn't a thing, you know? And so I'm like, well, crap. I don't know what to do. And so out of nowhere comes bounding over this hill the most beautiful rednecks I have ever seen in my life. Because they were mudding. That was, they were out having fun. They pulled us to safety and told us how to get to the church. And I've never been so happy in my life. We got to the church covered in red clay, by the way. My family stayed, which is amazing. That's amazing. And we went into the bathroom, washed our hands off, just literally took off some of the clothes we had on, still covered in red clay, and did a 2-hour concert for these people in red clay. People, that is dedication. So I understand your story completely. It's kind of ridiculous.
I've been into red clay in South Carolina. It's no laughing matter.
No, it's no joke, baby. It's no joke. That's right. That's right. Well, we're going to talk about a song after that, after the red clay. We're going to talk about a song called Me and the Moon. So tell me about the song.
Me and the Moon is a song that I heard some time ago, and I just fell in love with it. Remember I said I had this eclectic playlist.
Yes.
And this is one of them that's on the playlist. And it so told the story so well. I love songs that have a story to them. And this song presents so well the story of a guy who is just so lonely. He's so lonely for the woman that he loves. And he just wants to see her, and he can't. So he's imagining that she's looking at the same moon that he is. And it's just a fantastic written song. The melody's gorgeous. The lyrics are fantastic. And I fell in love with it. I just did. So I had to do my own version of it just because I could. So,
Yeah. Well, speaking of Creaky Dog, he says good stories. Yeah, good stories are the best in the whole world. Just saying. Good stories.
I bet Creaky Dog's got some stories if you can.
I bet Creaky Dog has some stories. That's why Creaky Dog needs to come on the show. I'm just going to put that out there. You hear me, Creaky Dog?
Come on, CD. You need to be on here.
Come on, dude. Come on, man. I got an opening. In like 2 weeks. Come on my show, man.
There you
go. Things to say. Yeah, so absolutely. It is a beautiful song. And so I'm going to have you on to do it in just a minute. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All righty. All right, guys. So as you know, we are going to hear Me and the Moon by David East. And then we're going to hear Not With Haste by the Celtic Girls. We were just talking about them. That's right. Now they sing it in Gaelic. So so that the actual name is in Gaelic as well, but they did put the translation. Thank you, Celtic Girls. And then we're going to hear The Elf King's Horn by Ginger Ackley. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tunes. Well, you guys, it's time for some amazing music. You ready for some amazing music? Here we go.
There's not a star left in the sky tonight that hasn't been wished on. And I've been wishing I could find me a wishing well. I'd throw in every penny I own. I've got moonlight and a warm June night. All that's missing here is you. Me and the moon have never been so blue. And if I may, I wish I might find you lying beside me. In a way, I can see your eyes in the stars, but it's not the same. I want to see the stars in your eyes tonight, to be the stars in your eyes tonight. Just me and the stars in your eyes tonight, but it's me and the moon. It seems if you believe in a dream enough, it has to come true. And mine would turn back time till the world unwinds if I could be holding you. So if a star falls from the sky tonight, you'll know what I tried to do. Me and the moon have never been so blue. And if I may, I wish I might find you lying beside me. In a way, I can see your eyes in the stars, but it's not the same. I want to see the stars in your eyes tonight, to be the stars in your eyes tonight. Just me and the stars in your eyes tonight, not me and the moon. And if I may, I wish I might find you lying beside me. In a way, I can see your eyes in the stars, but it's not the same. I want to see the stars in your eyes tonight, to be the stars in your eyes tonight. Just me and the stars in your eyes tonight, but it's me and the moon. And me and the moon have never been so blue.
Some tongue of old, or even spit out some holy word. I have no strength with which to speak when you sit me down and you see I'm weak. We will run and scream, you will dance with me, we'll fulfill our dreams and we'll be free. but you put me right. My judgment burned in the black of night. When I give less than I take, it is my fault, my own mistake. We will run and scream, you will dance with me, we'll fulfill our dreams and we'll be free. We will be who we are, and they'll heal our scars. Sadness will be far away. We will run and scream, you will dance with me, we'll fulfill our dreams and we'll be free. We will be who we are, and they'll heal our scars. Sadness will be far away. Lie, die, die, 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 lie, die, die.
Pin the rowan to the door and twist the vine and the ivy more. Bring heather sweet and the pure hawthorn, and listen for the elf king's horn. On grassy hill there stands a maiden proud and fair. Alone is she and never loved to share, for within her heart is a song so sweet and clear. A horn does blow that only she can hear. A young man waits on the hill late upon a summer's day. So bright of eye and fair of face is he. There he stood for to court and to try her love. Oh maiden, pray come and tarry a while with me. Oh, pin the rowan to the door and twist the vine in the ivy moor. Bring heather sweet and the pure hawthorn, and listen for the elf king's horn. Good morrow, sir, but I shall not go with you this day, though fair you are and willing to bide with me. For my heart lies there in the night where song is born. My love I hold for the one who does sound the the sun travels on to the distant west. So sad was she, and her heart was not her own. For my love, she said, will I leave all I hold best? And says he, nay, then fore'er shall I lie alone. Open the rowan to the door, and twist the vine in the ivy moor. Bring heather sweet and the pure hawthorn, and listen for the elf king's horn. Away she went through the land, oh, a wandering soul was she, to seek the horn and the one who did play it true. And although she passed, did weep her fate to see, but heed the call was all her poor heart could do. On Hallows Eve, when the moon was full in the frosty air, she came upon a circle of stone so cold. Rounded hill did appear there before her true. From deep inside rang a melody her heart knew. Open the rowan to the door, and twist the vine in the ivy moor. Bring heather sweet and the pure hawthorn, and listen for the elf king's horn. She saw in the hill where there was but grass before. Midst revel gay came the sound she was searching for. Golden light so warm did beckon her deep within, to find the one who had chanced her heart to win. And before her stood the shining young lord who had sought her hand. My love, you have to the land of the sheep been born. We will wed, and our love shall forever stand. Your heart was called by the elf king's horn. Open the rowan to the door, and twist the vine in the ivy moor. Bring heather sweet and the pure hawthorn, and listen for the elf king's horn.
Ginger's got this way about her music that just makes me happy inside. Some absolutely amazing music. If you would like to send me music, you can send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. Again, you have to be a small labor independent artist, and it has to be family friendly, meaning please no cursing, and hey, just don't make fun of people. We're good to go, right? I play all kinds of music, as you can see. We have some amazing music coming your way. We're going to be listening to Some Things Need to Change by White River Rambler. And then we've got Autumn Leaves by Celtic Rain, actually by Gentle Rain. So we have several groups that I actually play with. So Celtic Rain is one of them. It's in the Rain family. Yay, Rain family. Celtic Rain is our Celtic group, right? Gentle Rain is our jazz and blues group. That's what's playing next. And then we have The Lute and the Lady, which is our Ren Fair group. So there you go. Well, so we're going to do Autumn Leaves by Gentle Rain. And then we have Mirror by Morant. Some amazing, amazing music. Well, you guys, here we go.
Some things need to change. I've been living life with way too many strings. Some things need to go. Been wearing out my body, Lord, and tearing up my soul. I'm looking for some light from all this darkness
of falling leaves, of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. But since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I'll miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. The autumn leaves by the window of falling leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, all the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. But since you went away, days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I'll miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall.
Morant is one of these groups that's just absolutely beautiful. They have some ridiculously gorgeous music. Well, you know, because it's the Celtic Rain radio show, so of course we're gonna play some of the most amazing music out there. I'm just saying, right? I know. But we also have amazing guests. Hello, Mr. David. How are
Hello,
you?
Miss Rebecca. I'm doing just great. That song was really something.
It wasn't it?
I was digging on that. Yes.
It's amazing just how beautiful Morant is. And it's just they are actually French. So yeah, they have some of the most beautiful instrumental music. I just love. Sometimes words, you got to have them, but then sometimes you just need just an instrumental piece to just kind of speak to your heart when words just won't do, you know.
Yep.
So I know. So speaking of that, so I know for myself, there are musicians that speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
But who are some of your favorite musicians?
Oh my gosh, there are so many. As far as professional, well-known folks, the first one that comes to mind is probably going to be Floyd Kramer and Jerry Lee Lewis. They were two of my big inspirations when I first started learning how to play keyboard.
Nice.
And then from that, Bruce Hornsby was always big. Probably the biggest influence on my style of singing and playing was Ronnie Millsap.
Interesting.
That guy was just a monster when it came to playing and singing, and he could do the slow ballads, he could do the rockin' songs, he could do the blues. The guy could do everything.
Nice.
And I just absolutely fell in love with his stuff. And some of the stuff I do has been compared to him, which I'm very I'm extremely flattered about. As far as local guys, gosh, there's been a ton of them. These guys probably won't be known to your listeners, but there's a guy that plays steel guitar. His name's Malcolm Kirby, and my gosh, the guy is just incredible on steel. Another steel player was Jimmy Heap. That guy he was amazing on a steel. I saw him many times light a cigarette lighter and hold it between his fingers and stand up and lean the steel forward and play it with the lighter in his hand. It was, I don't know, it was a gimmick, but it was cool. So yeah. there have been a lot of them over the years. I've listened to a lot of different styles of music, different forms of music, and found stuff in each one of them that I have adopted into my style and kind of made my own out of it.
Absolutely. So if you could ask one musician a question, you know, about a specific song, what song would it be? What musician would it be? What question would you ask them after all of that?
That is a good question. Actually, that's a great question. I would probably want to talk to Conway Twitty.
Really?
Because he wrote a song. It was on the B side of one of his albums. It was almost like an afterthought that they put this song on the album. It's called "You'll Never Know How Much I Needed You Today." And for me, it is absolutely the best song that Conway Twitty ever wrote.
Wow.
The lyrics were just absolutely incredible. Half asleep, I reached out for you at dawn. I mean, it was just amazing. The lyrics on that song and the melody that went along with it. And when I was playing secular music, I sang that song a lot, and I always got a good response out of it. It was just a. I would love to know, because he was a happily married guy, had a family in the whole 9 yards. And I would love to know what was his inspiration for writing that song, because it was just absolutely incredible.
That's amazing. Absolutely. Yeah. That that would be a good question. That would be a question he said, "Don't tell anybody this, but this is my answer."
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't expect the whole Conway Twitty thing, did you?
Well, it could have been anybody. It could have been anybody. I'm just saying, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah. So, I mean, we all have goals for our life. We all have that, we look at these people in our lives and that we listen to. And
Yeah.
they don't know us from dirt, but at the same time, it's like they've influenced us throughout
Yeah.
the years. And I look at myself and I look at the goals I had when I was younger.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I want to be here at a certain time. I want to have these specific things. I want to be married. I want to these goals in my life. And now I look at myself now, after being in music for years, and I have different goals now,
Hmm.
right? What were some of the when you were younger? What were some of the goals that now have been fulfilled, and some are just gone? And now, what are the goals that you have now for your life?
Well, when I was younger, I just wanted to play music. I didn't want to be a front man. I wasn't interested in that. I just wanted to play. I wanted to be a part of the band and and just play. That's what I wanted to do. And I got to do that. I got to play with. I've played with some really incredible bands over the years, both secular and Christian, and played with some incredible musicians over the years. And so I got to do that. Then I got into studio work, and I absolutely love. Did I mention love? Studio work. I love
I love
playing
studio
studio
work
work,
too. Studio work is so fun.
and that's kind of what everything morphed into, and that's kind of what I'm doing now. And I think
Mhm.
that my goal now, honestly, is just to play good music. That's just what I want to do.
Mm,
And wherever I can do that, I'm excited to do it. Music was always for me a way of expressing myself when I had no other way of expressing myself.
absolutely.
And I could have a feeling going on, and I could sit down and play and express that feeling in ways that other people could understand it. Where if I had tried to sit down and explain it with words, I never could have gotten it done. So music has always been it's always been there for me. I had a time where I got fed up and I got tired and I got disillusioned with it, and I walked away from it for about 10 years. And when I came
Mm,
back to it, I just fell in love with it all over again. So it's always been there for me.
nice, nice. Yeah, I know. I look at myself too, and I think, yeah, that thing inside of me is still there that wants to be a star, that wants to go and do the things. But
Yeah.
at the same time, though, if it's other people's music, if it's not something that's coming from my heart, if it's not good,
Yeah.
like, I'm old enough now, I'm just like, "I'm not gonna do it." You
Yeah.
know? It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know
It just
Yeah,
doesn't make sense to me at the age that I am right now.
yeah,
It doesn't make sense to me to just go out and do a song just because it's a song.
yeah,
It doesn't make sense to me to sit down and write a song just because I think, well, today I'm going to write a song. That's not the way I work. And I know other people do, and they're very successful at it, and thank God for them. But that's not me.
yeah,
I have to have a certain inspiration hit me before I can actually write a song. And when I sing a song, I don't just pick a song to sing just because I need a song to sing. I have to connect with it. There
yeah,
has to be some kind of a connection there for me because I put so much of myself into it when I go to sing or perform
yeah,
that I want it to be something that's going to reach somebody, that somebody's going to be able to hear it and say, I felt like that a time or two, and help them to feel
absolutely,
better about stuff.
absolutely. So we're gonna listen to a song called "Just Yesterday." Tell us about this
Yes.
song.
Just yesterday, several years ago, I was doing some stuff for a local psychologist he and his wife were doing relaxation tapes. where they would say phrases that would be relaxing and try to help people like people that were having anxiety problems to listen to these things, and it would help them to calm and that sort of thing. And I got connected with it when a friend of mine heard me just tinkering around with the piano and just kind of making up melodies and chord progressions and going with them. And this, I ended up getting connected with a psychologist, and they would have me just sit down and start playing. And I would just go through and kind of make it up as I went along. And about 7 or 8 or 9 minutes later, sometimes they would take what I did and put the relaxation stuff over the top of it. And it just reached a lot of people. So this particular song, I had a day where I sat down here in the studio at home, and I don't know, I was feeling different things. There was different things going through my mind, and this particular song, I got to thinking about a guy who had. It seemed like just yesterday he was with his girl. He was happy. He was peaceful. He was carefree. Kind of like he found his center and everything was going on. And today she wasn't there. And so he's sitting and he is remembering yesterday. And it's like, just yesterday I was there and now today I'm not. And that was the inspiration for this. And I hope people like it, because this is something that was created from my heart.
It's a beautiful piece. We're gonna listen to that, and I would do a little more chair dancing and have a little bit more fun.
All right.
Cool. All right. Well, guys, we are going to listen to Just Yesterday by David East, and then we have Barn Dance Reel by Laughing Jack, and then Bleeding Sane by Bleeding Raven. It's a lot of bleeding there. I know, it's hilarious. Well, it's some good music. You guys ready for some amazing music? Here we go. So Bleeding Raven is actually from Canada, and he does music based on the Native Canadians that so the Native music, and is you can actually hear it in the influences in his music. It's actually very interesting to think about and to hear the influences of the native beats within his music. Really, really interesting music. But we do have Mr. David back. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Man?
I'm doing all right. Hey, that Barnyard Reel song, that's kind of cool. You know, I have always wanted to square dance, and I have never done it. I could probably not do it if I tried. But man, that song made me want to dance around the room here.
I know, right? It's got a good beat to it. It's got a great beat to it.
Kind
Yeah,
of like Dick Clark's American Bandstand. It's got a great beat. It's easy to dance to. You know.
absolutely. So tell me, what's next for you? What's going on? What are you working on? Things? Are you going to be guys going to be performing places? What's going on with you guys? I know it's kind of the cold seasons, so now what's going on?
Well, we're actually the group that I'm playing with now, Nail Print. We're working on our second album.
Nice.
I'm really, really, really excited about this album. It's some of my best work that I have ever done.
Nice.
And I'm really, really excited about it. I said that already, but I'm really, really excited to say it again. Notice how I did that?
Are you excited?
I'm
asking.
excited. I'm
Oh,
so
that's good.
stupid excited. It's just amazing. So I'm looking forward to getting that done and getting that out. It's going to be called Atypical, and it ain't your daddy's Southern gospel music, let me tell you.
There you go.
And then we've got the last gig that we have of the season. We're going to be in Pennsylvania. The city and the church name just escaped me completely, but the weekend of December the 10th, we're going to be in Pennsylvania, and then after that, we're finished for the year. So, but we're we're looking forward to that trip. It's going to be a good time. No
Nice.
Dickeyville Road that time, though.
No,
so.
no. Well, thank God GPS has gotten a lot better.
Yes.
So, yeah. And we've all learned not to follow it off a cliff. That should be the operative learning experience from both of our experiences.
Listen, I've seen too many Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner cartoons. I don't do that kind of stuff. But remember, I learned from those cartoons that gravity doesn't work until you look down. So,
That's right. That's right. So don't look down. Just say
look down.
So where can we find you, my dear?
Well, right now I'm sitting in my studio.
Well, on the web, where can we find you on the web? If they wanted to find your music, how would they find it?
Okay. Well, the easiest way to find my music is on Apple Music, it's on Amazon, it's on YouTube, it's on, dear Lord, it's everywhere out there. You can't get away from me. I'm gonna infest your radio with all these sounds. But my website, the Facebook page is facebook.com/keyboard guy, and that's spelled KEYBRDGUY. And then my personal website is at davideast.net. That's DAVIDEAST.net. And then the nail print page is at nailprint.net. That's NAILPRINT.net.
Nice.
NET. Aren't you proud of me? I was able to do all that.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So you're working on this new album with nail print.
Yes.
Are you doing anything that's yours specifically lately?
Well, probably 5 or 6 of the songs that's going to be on this particular project are songs that I wrote.
Nice.
And I'm really happy about that. I actually started to do an album, and you've heard some of the cuts off of it. I started to do an album several years ago called Atypical that had some not so typical stuff on it, and we're using some of that. Plus, there's some new songs that we've written and that Paul has written that are just really, really good. And I think people are really going to like them a lot once they get past the sticker shock of this album not sounding like Southern gospel. I think they'll get into it.
Well, I mean, if they don't get it from the name of the album, then I don't know how they're going to. I'm just saying. It's like they warned you, dude. They warned you with the name, and then they spoke about it, and then they said something about it.
Yep.
And then they told you, and then there's the name.
Yep.
And then there's the name. And did I say there's the name?
You said there's the name. I heard that.
I'm just saying, people. So it's Atypical. And if you don't know what that means, you can look it up. Google knows everything. All you have to do is Google the dang thing. I'm telling you. Needless to say. Well, we are going to listen to another song, and we're going to listen to a song that says, "That's When He Holds Me." Tell me about that song.
This song is a song that I went through a period some time back to where I was just writing one song after another. They were just coming in droves to the point that I was having to carry a notebook with me because I never knew when the inspiration was going to hit me. And then I would pull over the side of the road and I'd write stuff down. It was amazing because some of the songs I was singing with a mixed quartet then,
Mm.
and some of the songs, as I was writing them, I could actually hear the quartet singing them in my mind. I could hear them
Oh,
singing the melody and everything, and I just wrote it down as fast as I could. And this is one of those songs, and I have always, viewed God not as a master puppeteer,
mm-hmm.
but as a father figure. And there were times my childhood wasn't great, and there were times that I just wanted to be able to crawl up in my father's lap and sit down and just have him hold me
Yes.
and let me know that everything was going to be all right. And
Yes.
I didn't have that. But, the Bible talks about crying, Abba, Father. And I always viewed that as God being daddy and me
Yeah.
being able to have that kind of relationship with him where I didn't have to. I mean, there's always the prayers where you try to be real formal and real, our Father, oh Father, and all that kind of stuff. And I always envisioned talking with God more like a conversation between a child and a father. And so when I started writing this song, that's what I had in mind. And I hope that if somebody hears this and they're struggling, they're having a hard time, and folks, if you're doing that, it's not a sin to struggle. We're
No.
all human. We all have to live in the same world together, and it's not a sin to struggle. But I hope that if you're having trouble, whatever, physically, emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
mentally, God knows we have plenty of those. I hope that this song speaks to you, because he will hold you, he will love you, and he will take care of you if you will let him do it.
Yeah. I believe that God is what we need in the moment,
Yes.
whether it be a father or a mother, whether it be a friend or a lover or something that we need in the moment. God is that for us. I love, and I've told you this before, but the picture of a daddy God of crawling up into the lap with the big arms is my vision of God as well. And there's that. I love that understanding of Abba Father, of Daddy God. It's probably one of the biggest understandings of God that I have, because it's just so personal. It's so intimate. It's such a understanding of that relationship that we all long for so much.
And see,
And
that's the truth of the
yeah,
thing. That is the truth of it right there, because the it's the kind of thing that you can't get from a statue. You can't get from a talisman. You can't get from an inanimate object. But we have a God who is knowledgeable about what we're going through. Not only knowledgeable, but cares about what we're going through and wants to help us. So I 100% agree with you that that God is what we need in the moment, what we need at that time. That's what he is.
mm-hmm. Well, us two pastor like people, we could probably go on with this forever.
True.
But I will say this song speaks to my heart, because it is the cry of my heart for sure. So I love this song, and we're going to play this song and a few other songs, and it's going to be time to say goodnight.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Good. You're very welcome. All right, guys, we're going to listen to That's When He Holds Me. And then we're going to listen to Ghost Rider by The Sheriff. And then Unspoken by The Zoom. And then Skylark's Song by Victor Sierra. It's a beautiful, beautiful show so far. I hope you've enjoyed it. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
A man can't turn back the hands of time, just as a man can't make up for past crimes. It's hard sometimes to face that my mind can't erase all the things that have happened in my life. There's one thing that causes me such pain. It's the thought that I've caused my Savior shame. It makes me feel so low, but by my faith I know that all I have to do is call His name. That's when He holds me, like a mother holds a child and dries its tears. He speaks peace to me and chases all my fears. There's no other one on whom I can depend but the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. When I think about the day my Jesus died, the pain He bore I know should have been mine. Yet He walked up Calvary's hill, He obeyed His Father's will, and by dying He gave me eternal life. Just think about the blood that flowed that day, and how many times His name is spoken in vain. It makes me feel so sad that some could be so bad that they crucify my Savior once again. That's when He holds me, like a mother holds a child and dries its tears. He speaks peace to me and chases all my fears. There's no other one on whom I can depend but the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. There's no other one on whom I can depend but the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end.
No steampunk ran riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way, when all at once somebody heard the red-eyed cows he saw plowing through the ragged skies and up the cloudy draw. The brands were still on fire, his hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny, their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky. He saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cries. Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-hey. Ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. Their faces gone, their eyes were blurred, their shirts all soaked with sweat. He's riding hard to catch that hurt, he ain't caught him yet. They got to ride forever on their range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride on, hear their cries. And as the riders loped on by him, he heard one call out his name. You wanna save your soul from hell, riding on a range. Then steampunk change your ways today, or with us you will ride, trying to catch the devil's herd across the endless sky. Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-hey. Ghost riders in the sky. Oh, ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky.
sky while you're passing by. Your challenges, I hear a ship. War is raging everywhere, mostly when you're gliding in the air. A city girl lost in the groundland is fleeing the coyote hand. Down behind the lines, winds fighting opposite winds. You struggle with mixed feelings, and you sing the skylark song. You long for the place you belong, but your heart beats for the unknown. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong. Skylark song, from mud to royal palace, the whole world explodes in your face. Stick to your principles in the midst of troubles. You'll prevail in the end. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong. Fingers crossed over your shoulders, you aim at the traitors, never mind the rulers. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong.
Just some crazy awesome music tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here with us. It has been a blast to have you on.
Oh, thank you. I've had a great time, and I always enjoy the mix of music that you play. I found a lot of new folks that I like to listen to, so I appreciate that.
That's awesome. Yeah, we have some great people on here. That's why I love playing independent artists' music, because not a lot of people get to hear it, and then when they do, they're like, "Oh my god, that was so good." And a lot of times it's like, Yeah, because, they don't have the ability to get their stuff on the radio. So it's like, okay, well, this is the place for it, you
Yep.
know. So thank you so much for being on. Definitely when you guys' album comes out, please let me know.
I
I would
will.
love to have it and play it. I would love to be able to have you back on the show and let everybody hear exactly how obscure and beautiful it is.
I would love that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, you guys, you are listening to the Celtic Rain Radio Show. If you want to send me music, and you just have to be a small labor independent artist, please make it family friendly, meaning no cursing. Please don't make fun of people. You can send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. If you are not watching from YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/C for channel/Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky, and you'll be able to like and subscribe. Please hit that little bell so that you know exactly when we're going to be on. This is the Celtic Rain Radio Show. We say thank you and good night and goodbye. Bye.